Okay, guys, Dark Shadow Maverick here. A bit of Brusky guys and more Bruskies. I'm Dark Shadow Maverick Nation. And, a travesty has happened. I freaking lost my notepad. At least I believe I lost it. I don't want to take my chances, so I'm basically gonna wing it for now on and just use past videos for future reference in case I ever need to get the brain fog out of this here. Basically, we're here in part 33. Finally, I decided to go medium pace, and that's basically seems like we're going, because there was a part where we didn't have a gym battle, but we did have a battle that was important. The Valentine Brothers. That was one of the evil teams. And so, in a way, the part was still important to the story. And just letting you know, the 3 newcomers are the only ones that are going to participate in gym battles. Not Naruto, Hinata, and Gaara. They will only participate if it's like a serious, serial shit battle with one of the evil teams. That is how I have laid down things, and that is how they will be. With teams Millennium and teams Iscariot. And now, in the gym, well, they're currently just now in the city. Sapphire Blue City. Everybody just having an overall good time. They did hear that some things about the gym, though. It's a water-type gym. And the person running the gym is known as Carnell. Yes, it's actually something from, like, the Zamasu What If that, Monster Collects did. Basically, the guy's name is Carnell. He's a water-type gym leader. Gym leader of Sapphire Blue City. And his Pokemon he has 3 Pokemon. Wonder what they will be. Just letting you know. All but one of them are from Kanto. But that one that isn't from Kanto is from Johto. Just letting you know that. And the last Pokemon that is from Kanto is his ace in the hole. Well, technically they really don't have aces in the hole. Well, they do, but they don't. Considering it's all 3 at once, considering that's how they're going into this. Because Integra, Alucard, and Ceres are all, sending out Pokemon. So, the gym leader, it would only be fair. Then again, whenever you consider the last Pokemon of the gym leader, oh god, it actually isn't very fair at all. It is unless Nobat knows some Electric type moves. And oh boy, is that gonna be a fucking surprise.
Kraken Client Support is here to answer all your questions. We all need a little help sometimes.
Sylvia, those last oil change guys charged a lot for services you didn't need. I'd hate to see you settle for the cheap mani-pedi again.
Silence your oil change anxiety.
And, well, they just get into the damn gym already. With basically all their Pokemon in right condition because, Pokemon Center is right there. And so, well, if there was anything wrong with any of the Pokemon that they got, well, now they're perfectly fine now. And Alucard likes to make sure that his Pokemon are in always top shape condition. Just because he just cares that much about Pokemon. And basically now, what Plusle gets Alucard and gets Marshadow. So, has no qualms, no problem, being with the rest of the team. And so you can generally see a happy Plusle, being like, yeah, let's do this. Game face. Ready to get it on. And Marshall's like, hey, I'm here too. So basically, they're both game face. Ready to get it on. It's just Marshadow is hiding more in Alucard's hair while it's doing its game face. And Plusle is always, doing the same thing, on the shoulder of its trainer. But still having that game face ready to get on the prowl whenever it needs to. Whenever it need be. Whenever that time comes. Whenever that time be a-coming. And so basically, Cornell basically sending out his Pokemon. It's basically there's a lot of water in here. And you could tell why, because whenever he sends out his 3 Pokemon, yeah, there would need to be a lot of water considering one of his Pokemon is fucking huge. And that's the last of his Pokemon. He sends out Seaking, Kingdra, and Gyarados. Yeah, I know.
Visit Vanguard.com
Damn,
/fixed income today.
Meet Waterpik Sensonic Complete Care, the #1 recommended water flosser brand, combined with the
Basically, from what I know of the last part, they wouldn't want to send out their newer freaking Pokemon. Well, Integra and, well, freaking Saris wouldn't. Because, A, you know, Rookity, still has some room to grow with that bond it has to make with Integra. I mean, Wooper's perfectly fine, but, Rookity, they're a little bit on the fence with each other still. So, then we have Saris, well, its other Pokemon is like a baby. So, hell no. It ain't sending it out to fight a fucking Gyarados. So, the little thing it found in one of those little shops, whenever they were just, basically window shopping, Steel Barrel, actually found something that might be interesting in one of the shops. Or in one of the shop windows. A TM. Wonders, would this be useful in an upcoming moment? And oh boy, is she thankful that she got Noibat to learn it. A specific TM. And maybe one only electric type move that it knows, but it knows it. And since Gyarados is part water, part flying, yes, both things that are weak to electric. And it knows this electric type move now because of Saris's, adventure that she decided to go on. Mini adventure. And now she's thanking her lucky stars that she did. And so basically now we start with Integra. And well, Rookity. Basically, having to face off against freaking Sea King. And basically, with that horn drill, Cornell basically like a horn drill Sea King. And basically, like, and there was like evasive maneuvers, and then go over with a peck. And basically, bam! But Sea King's still going around there, still being like serpentine maneuver. Like trying to find a weak spot. And it looks like it found one. And Cornell just like, now Sea King, again, horn drill. Just comes up again. And, well, instead of any evasive maneuvers, like, Integra's thinking of taking risks. She's basically like, double team, and then peck! Basically, double team, basically, Sea King, for the little time it's out of water, cannot seem to really hit the actual Rookity. And then the Rookity basically Rookity goes in from whatever direction and nails it with another pack. But also gets hit with a horn drill because it got that close into that direction. And it looks like, you know, it lands on one of like little foam pads. Like Rookity looks like it's basically like sacrificial move because it got way too close to the horn and got hit with that horn drill. But something looks like about to happen that's about to save Rookity. And Integra looks freaking floored because she did not expect it to happen. And Cornell is just like, what the fuck? A white light and then boom! Move, bitch, get out the way. Just shing! And then Sea King is sent flying. Was that Steel Wing? And that form, it's not Rookity at all. And she's just pulling up her Pokedex because they do have Pokedex for each person. Just like with Naruto, Hinata, and Gaara. And she sees it. Well, it says it. Corvusquire, the evolved form of Rookity. And the pre-evolved form of the final evolution of the Corviknight line, Corviknight. And basically, this has Integra over the fucking moon. And it's just like with the other wing, just like has Corvusquire turn around because yes, Rookity did evolve into Corvusquire. And basically, he's like, turn around, my friend. she's like over the moon. She's a Yeti, so she doesn't care if she sounds weird saying that. And basically, Rookity turns around and basically is like excited, so it raises its wing because it's really excited. It's like has no idea what's going on, and Integra just bam. It's like total like high five or like high wing. In Corvusquire's case. If Integra had wings too. Corvusquire just feeling so good about itself. I mean, like, Integra's finally acknowledging it as not like an annoyance, not a pest. Not something that just is around to hurt her, but as an actual partner, an actual friend, and an actual just all around good, feelsy good times. And basically that's their part of the gym battle done. Now we go over there all the way to Alucard. And well, He looks over to Plusle and is like, no hard feelings, but this is how I usually do things, and I think you already know that just from being on my shoulder. Go Marshadow! And just sends out Marshadow. And basically, freaking Kingdra. And just like, it turns out Kingdra's the faster Pokemon. And just like, phew, phew, like stars. And this is Swift. And, well, Swift is a very fast attack, so even whenever Alucard basically tells Marshadow to use Shadow Ball, well, it hits the mark, but the Swift do freaking pelt the shit out of Marshadow. And to the point where Marshadow actually gets freaking dizzy. And, well, Kingdra is like a freaking tank in this. The Shadow Ball, well, it did hurt like hell. Like, Kingdra's still up, and basically, Dragon Rage, Kingdra! So I believe Water Dragon is Kingdra's typing. Yeah, it's part dragon. So yeah, Dragon Rage. And basically, just mops the floor with Marshadow, because if the pelting with the Swift isn't already enough, I mean, consider this, Marshall's pretty early into the journey, so it would be not all that, much of a tank itself. So, just a bunch of pelts with the Swift, and then automatically after that you get hit with a Dragon Rage? Yeah, no, my friend. Marshall's sleep. Kingdra is a brute in this. A strategic brute. That is something you do not want to go up against unless you have the tools to somehow take it down. And well, Plusle basically is like making motions to like Pokedex. You have one, use it. And basically, Alucard, no diffing like Shadow Appendage just to get to Plusle's thing like automatically. Like, no scrolling, just automatically get to the damn thing. And well, just seeing what Plusle freaking knows and what it can do overall, Alucard is floored. He has never seen a Pokemon this much of a freaking, oh my god. But he's like, gotta get out of the funk. We gotta do this. And so basically, he's like, Plusle, quick attack! And basically, Plusle does like a quick attack and rams straight into Kingdra. And basically, Carnell is basically like, Kingdra, Dragon Rage again! And basically Alucard's like, Plusle, Iron Tail. And basically Iron Tails the Dragon Rage back into Kingdra. And Kingdra is like spiraling, but it catches itself at the last moment. And Alucard's like, fuck! The Plusle's like, we ain't done yet, partner, we ain't done yet. And basically, Plusle at the ready stance, he's got the ready stance. He/she, they got the ready stance. Ready to pounce. And so Alucard decides that's exactly what Plusle will do. He just like pounce on it and then shock the fuck out of this fucker. I was like, with your special kind of lightning. Just having this amazing grin on his face whenever he talks about that lightning. And basically that's exactly what Plusle does. Just springs board off of the frickin' platform that it's on and frickin' jumps on top of Kingdra and then nuclear lightnings the fuck out of it. Like a frickin' taser on steroids. Like, you would not, but like, God mod Kratos level steroids. And just, Kingdra cannot, no matter how much of a tank it is, it cannot withstand this onslaught of destruction. And so, eventually it just has to give the fuck out. And so basically, with Carnil having no other choice but to basically yield, and so basically he decides to, he's like, oh yeah, that one other thing. That girl. Well, other girl. The younger one. And this Ceres isn't that much younger than Integra. I mean, they have to be close to the same age in order for them to even have Pokemon. So, but yeah, she still is younger than Integra. It's still gonna be noticeable, at least. So that people can make quips about it, and then, you know, how they're gonna feel afterwards whenever they get their ass kicked by her and her Pokemon. Basically, Carnell's being all confident because he has a Gyarados, not knowing about, you know, the secret little weapon of, you know, certain somebody's, you know, knowing about that they named Harkonnen's little secret weapon. You know, Ceres is like, go, Noibat! I'm like, go, Harkonnen! Yeah, that's not in character for her to say Noibat. She has to call it by its nickname. She's like, go, Harkonnen! And Harkonnen, you know, just so happy to hear its nickname again. And it's just like chirping around with glee. That's causing the soothe bell to make all sort of soothing noises and sounds just all together. But Gyarados doesn't really care for that bullshit. Like, just let me get to kicking this shit's ass. That's all Gyarados really acknowledges Noibat as, like Harkonnen as a shit. And, well, Carnell is basically just like, Gyarados, Twister. And basically, considering how small, you know, Harkonnen is, and, you know, they're actually pretty far away from each other, so the Twister doesn't just instantly carry it away. So, yeah, Ceres is actually able to get it, you know, far away enough from the Twister so that it doesn't get instantly destroyed. And then, instantly, just straight in there, no fear, like she is coaching Harkonnen into this. Straight in there, no fear. Remember, we practiced this on our own time. Harkonnen! Thunderfang! Yes, that's right, you heard me, bitches. Thunderfang! Nails Gyarados with it. And basically, Gyarados is in a whole world of pain. Because both water and flying are weak to freaking electric. So that's double weakness. So yeah, in a whole nother world of freaking pain right now. And then basically Ceres is like, return stroke for another one! Well, it's down! And basically just using guerrilla war tactics. Basically return stroke for a second, Thunderfang. Bang! And that's basically where end the turn of Yu-Gi-Oh! Friggin' thing, like, I end my turn. And Cornell's like, Gyarados, you look fine enough. Gyarados, Hyper Beam! And basically, you know, it's like, when everything is all done, it's like, Cornell's like, well, I didn't expect to erase it from existence. And, well, Ceres is like, you dummy. Noibat, Harkonnen, get down from the ceiling. Yes, it literally went all the way up to the freaking ceiling and stuck itself there just to get away from the hyper beam. And you know, there was so much smoke and debris everywhere from the hyper beam that nobody could see jack shit. And basically, Noibat had just, out of Ceres' last second orders before the hyper beam was actually fired, went up there and stuck itself to the ceiling. Maximum way to get out of dodge. And basically, now dive down, and one for the money, two for the show, and now a third one! Thunder Fang! And basically, you know, Gyarados is too much of a big-ass Pokemon from all of Cornell's other Pokemon for it to actually move fast enough to dodge and just get fucking nailed right in the face and just rid upon all the way around like it's a freaking carousel. It's like, whee! Like a freaking water park, like a water slide. And then all the way just back around, swirling back around, and all the way back to Ceres. Doing a little victory dance, because Gyarados, that third Thunder Fang, it's freaking sleep. Yeah, even Gyarados, this scary looking mofo, even it got taken down by the tiny little Noibat. Wait, what the fuck is happening to freaking Harkonnen? Is it the same thing that happened to Rookity that turned it into Corvusquire? Harkonnen, are you? And then all of a sudden, whoosh! And basically, and the Soothe Bell is actually, it fits even better now. Like, the Soothe Bell was kind of consuming Noibat's frame, but now that it's perfectly fitting now on its neck. So you would think that since it was consuming its frame, it would hinder the movement, but no, the soothingness of the Soothe Bell, you know, kept it moving. It's like the Energizer Bunny. And now it's perfectly on its neck. You know, perfectly attached. You know, it's perfect. Just right. And Noivern just is loving it. Because, you know, Ceres, as you know, just finds this tiny little stool and, you know, gets up on top of the stool just so that she can pet her freaking Noivern. Because it's freaking in the air right now. Because it's loving all the sounds that the Soothe Bell is making. She's not that short. She just needs to get up there in order to pet it because it's in the middle of the air right now. You know, give it pets on the head. And, you know, even move around to give it some scritches. Because, you know, all the Pokemon, like mostly all of the Pokemon, love scritches. And apparently Noivern isn't an exception to this rule. Her Noivern, that she nicknamed, whenever it was just a Noibat, Harkonnen. And even a little differentiation from the Noibat that Naruto's sister Naruko has. This Noibat, or Noivern now, has a Soothe Bell around its neck. So yeah, 2 evolutions in this. So yeah, basically getting everybody healed up after getting that badge. Well, first badge was the Hellfire badge, and that was a fire gem. What will this water gem give? The Trench badge. Yeah, like the Mariana Trench, one of the deepest places in the ocean. One of the deepest places in the ocean. The Mariana Trench. So basically the Trench badge. So yeah, basically now they have both the Hellfire and Trench badges. But their peace and quiet, their calm and serenity, and well, just their good and happy vibes are about to be interrupted by something wicked this way comes. Oh, and indeed, this whole thing does come crashing down upon them.
Dehydrated lengths?
2 problems, 1 solution. New Elvive Hyaluron Plus Pure by L'Oreal.
I see. You've taken refuge in the meantime in this building. And basically there was this little shack place outside of the Pokemon Center where they decided to chillax for a while. And then all of a sudden, this guy pops the fuck out of nowhere. Iscariot admin Alexander Anderson. Yes, Team Iscariot admin Alexander Anderson. And his Pokemon. Oh my, his Pokemon. Basically, he's like, he has 3 Pokemon just like how the gym leader had 3 Pokemon, apparently. This guy apparently has 3 Pokemon. And wants Alucard's ass. But he wants the same thing that apparently Schrodinger wanted. But for completely totally different reasons. It even starts to make some threats about Schrodinger's life. And Alucard does not like that at all. He starts to get in some fighting stances with, you know, this Alexander Anderson dude. And, you know, Plusle is starting to get on some stances. And so is Marshadow within Alucard's hair. And so, basically, just waiting. I see. You only have 2? Well then, I'll send out 2 myself. Solrock, Lunatone, get out here and praise the Lord. Amen. Yes, that's right, Solrock and Lunatone. But then what could his third Pokemon be? Is Will Alucard's train of thought until it's like basically turned off by the fact that, well, now Marshadow and Plus will have to be out at once. He's gonna have to be a real good, tactician if he's gonna orchestrate them both right in the way of winning this damn battle. Especially considering that yes, he does have a third Pokemon. And he's not decided to use yet. And so basically, dude, just like considering that there's not much cover from sunlight or moonlight, whatever time of day it is right now. This building is pretty decrepit. So he's like, yes, Solrock, sunny day. Oh yeah, fire type attacks are gonna be more effective now. Well, it's his move. For his Solrock at least. What about his Lunatone? Lunatone. Let's see what you can do with some moonlight. Wait, sunny day and moonlight? Guys, I legitimately forgot what moonlight does. Though I just wanted it to be used in this battle. His first ever confrontation with Alexander Anderson. Because I love the freaking dude's character. Just as much as I love Schrodinger's character. Just, they're both gems in their own right. And so, Alucard's just like, I cannot lose. Marshadow, Shadow Ball, Plusle, Iron Tail. So basically they attack the Pokemon that's closest to them. And so for Marshadow, basically sending that Shadow Ball all the way towards freaking Solrock. And for Plusle, that means Iron Tailing the fuck out of Lunatone. Basically, Lunatone is skidding because that Iron Tail hurt bad. And well, on the case of the Shadow Ball for Solrock, it seems that Alexander Anderson has 2 things in his hands right now. What, is he spraying something? Hyper Potion, you son of a... He just healed both of his Pokemon. Yes, in the name of the Lord, Arceus Sinjo himself. Amen. My Pokemon have been healed. Yes, he believes his specific Hyper Potions to be cleansed with the might of the Lord Arceus Sinjo. God, can you see why I love this character now? Yes, Schrodinger didn't even use Hyper Potions. Like, not just Super Potions, but Hyper Potions. And so basically, Alucard has to, he's like, well, Shadow Sneak, and let's change some things up a bit. Let's go with some Electro Ball. Basically like Shadow Ball, but like different Pokemon, and it's not shadows, it's electricity. And basically, so this changing up of strategies basically is able to nail Solrock for the the 3-piece combo and all in one, and bam! Solrock, it appears to be out. It appears to be asleep. And Alexander Anderson is just like, well, you're a tough one, Vampire. I will acknowledge you as that. You are stubborn and tough. I like this. You know, he's showing more of his manic grin. Showing more of that crazy side. As he, you know, is like, Solrock, return. You did a good fight while you were able to fight. In the name of the Lord Arceus Sinjo himself. As 100 Arms would be proud of you. Much as any other resident of Arcade Valley. And Alucard would just be going like just shaking his head, be like, you're fucking insane, dude, you know, man, you know that, right? You know that, man? You're fucking insane. And, well, Alexander Anderson would just give him a look like, so what? I'm doing it in the name of the Lord, Arceus and Joe! He would just give him that look like, so what? I'm doing this in the name of the Lord, Arceus Sinjo. Basically, I mean, that Electro Ball was pretty damn harsh on Lunatone. And just right as he's about to, you know, another Hyper Potion for what he perceives to be Lunatone still being in the game, he just barely touches Lunatone and it falls over. He's just like, well, fuck. You fought well as well, Lunatone. In the name of our Lord, Arceus Sinjo, you fought well. And his 100 Arms will be proud of you, just as much as they'd be proud of Solrock. Amen. And just... And he's like, so you've earned my respect, Empire. Very well, what's your name? And basically, you know, Alco will just give him that look. And Alexander Anderson will just be like, I already told you my name, dingus. And Alucard will just be offended. But he's like, fine. The name's Alucard. And basically, you know, Alexander Anderson will just get all happy inside. And then all of a sudden you just see a flash of this like a one image of him with his cross freaking, you know, like a bayonets, like cross, like, and making sparks. You just see that image, like, as the two are facing each other, like Plusle and Marshadow both out, but they do seem fatigued. But now it's time Alexander Anderson to send out his finest. Oh, and he will. Oh, he will. Amen, Scyther. Yeah, that's right. Scyther. Oh, and basically, you know, time for some double team action. Basically, Shadow Ball, Electro Ball, Fusion. As basically Alexander Anderson decides, Scyther, with the power of the Lord, we use Fury Cutter! And just like flying with some Fury Cutter speed, and just like madman, like flying at the Electro Ball, Shadow Ball fusion, and just cutting through it. But it's starting to stagger because it basically just ran right into an attack, just as it dissipates right behind Scyther. It got hit pretty bad, though its cut managed to actually carry through the wind and blast Marshadow and Plusle back a good bit behind Alucard. But Alucard basically giving them the silent, motions. Like some hand motions telling them what to do without even needing to say anything. Basically, Marshadow already goes for the Shadow Sneak, and Plusle, it's like there was some electricity dancing around a few seconds ago. But that's not the sparks from the whole image of Alexander with the 2 bayonets. No, this is some different shit. And just realizing, it looks like what Plusle looks like whenever it absorbs the electric terrain. Whoa. Alucard, you didn't. Basically, uppercutting this Scyther with a freaking Shadow Sneak, and then having Plusle jump up into the air above Scyther, and then nail it with this giant release of electric terrain energy in this nuclear lightning form. I'm like, boom! Like, move, bitch, get out the way! And just, as it just lands onto the ground, but not fallen. It is still somehow up. And basically, as Plusle lands, and Marshall's already landed. Good times before either of them landed. And basically, Alucard's like, we need a battle plan now. And Alexander, seeing that Fury Card didn't exactly work. Wait, what about Swords Dance? Swords Dance, Scyther, with the power of the Lord. Ah, man. And basically Swords Dance. And basically Marshadow, decides for a little bit of prep up of something special that's in its hand. And Plusle, electric energy surging throughout its body, but that's not from the electric terrain. It's basically like Plusle, Volt Tackle, and Marshadow right on its back with a Shadow Punch. And so basically, Plusle is riding on its back to basically Volt Tackle, and right as, Alexander Anderson's about to say Fury Cutter again, stronger version of the Fury Cutter, and basically gets rammed right into with that basically Volt Tackle. It was like, wha-bam! Instant, knocking Cypher off its feet. And then, like a Falcon Punch, just rears back like a serious punch. Death. Boom! Like just nailing it with a Shadow Punch. Yes. We now know Marshadow knows Shadow Punch. And just nailed it right there after getting hit with a Volt Tackle. 2-piece combo that was winning, and it did. Charlie Sheen all over the place. Because basically Scyther just got knocked the fuck out. basically, Alexander Anderson is like, he acknowledges a strong trainer and strong Pokemon whenever he sees them. So even though, he basically says, Alucard, you are indeed a Alucard, you may be a bloody heathen for Helsing, but you're also a pretty damn good and strong trainer with some pretty damn good and strong Pokemon. Marshadow, Plusle, you need to add more though. Those two won't be the only ones. You won't always be able to rely on them forever. Trust me, a person that I was with around the same time that your buddy Schrodinger, was it, left. Also a bloody heathen in my opinion. The person I was with, Enrico Maxwell, and hearing that name just makes Integra all sorts of pissed. Cause, yeah, she thinks she kinda knows who Enrico Maxwell is already. Just from the way, Alexander decided to mention his name. Basically, like, he already knows that something's up with Enrico Maxwell. It's just, oh boy, whenever it does happen. Alexander Anderson just has that look on his face. And so, it's almost like Alucard's found himself two rivals. One in Schrody, having to basically, devil's advocate, play two sides at the same time. And one in, this new guy, Alexander Anderson, who may be absolutely batshit insane, but also a pretty damn good trainer in his own right. I mean, Solrock, Lunatone, and Scyther, not pretty bad Pokemon. That was actually pretty good Pokemon for the way he was able to utilize them. Before, Alucard, did some kicking ass with, Marshadow and Plusle. But then that kicks in. Only two Pokemon. Whew. Yeah, he is going to need to increase his repertoire of Pokemon. If he's going to clean house like he should. He feels he should. That it's his job to save Schrody from the darkness. Just not yet. And so, after another trek to the fucking Pokemon Center, cause God knows they haven't done that enough already. Hey, the shack that they were basically at for the time being, for the little time they were at that shack, after that, gym battle, and, going to the Pokemon Center. That's where they basically met up with Alexander Anderson and had that gym battle. Well, Alucard did, because he only wanted Alucard. Just with Schrodinger and Alexander Anderson alone, he's been able to experience real shit. Like, this isn't like some sanctioned, like, freaking gym battle. No, this is actual like, cutthroat shit. These people are out to kill him. The Valentine brothers were basically fodder that, could deal with it any day. But no. Schrodinger and Alexander Anderson, he's realizing just now two different, like, teams of people. Because basically, apparently Alexander Anderson had left him a card with the name of basically where he's from and, their place. Basically saying, Iscariot. Part of Vatican, like, Section 13 something. The best of their best. And their name is Iscariot. And so Alucard is just like, so, Millennium and Iscariot. I'll do well to remember those names well. And to also make sure that you two aren't the only two that are holding up the load here. Yeah, because Marshadow and Plusle look exhausted. Basically, after finally freaking, that Pokemon Center thing that they were going to basically do because of Alexander Anderson, for Alucard's sake, and the sake of his Pokemon. They basically now, finally, Alucard's realizing he had basically been thinking to himself the entire time on the way to their next location. Sure, it's not a gem city, but it is Dark Shrub Town. They just needed to take a couple little detours, and they were basically there. Dark Shrub Town. And so, everyone went on their merry ways, and Alucard decided, well, if he was going to increase his repertoire, well, where would he go? They were apparently just doing shit here for the time being. And, stocking up because there's a Pokemart here, and in case they ever need to get, healing in any sort of way or case or whatever. There's a Pokemon Center here. And so it seems that Dark Shrub Town actually has itself its own dojo. Fighting dojo. And well, apparently there's this thing, the top trainer there, if you beat him, you might actually get a reward in return. And well, from all of the different, hearsay he's hearing about Alucard, just on the way to the damn place, it might just be a Pokemon, which is the reward. And so he's psyched the fuck up to fight this strongest dude. And well, all the other people are just small fry to him. And well, he stocked up just like Integra and Ceres before going here, because he knew that there were going to be other people besides his strongest trainer. So, yeah. Basically, on things that could not only heal his Pokemon, but could restore PP for their moves, and all that other shit, you know. And even, like, heal, like, status, like, illnesses. Yeah, he made sure to go on a shopping spree just as much as Ceres and Integra were going on a shopping spree. Yeah. Marshadow and Plusle did notice that about him. He was wanting to go on a shopping spree. But, Alucard just wasn't wanting to go on a shopping spree because of the dojo. He knew that there was a third gem. Well, there's more than just 3 gems, but there's a third gem, and that gem is directly in a city that's after Dark Shrub Town. They're basically going to take a pit stop right before that city, just like they did with before. You know, to have some fun to themselves before it's back onto the long haul. And basically, Alucard could see a pattern. That's kind of what they're going to probably be doing for quite a while, seeing as there literally are 8 gems. And then 4 Elite Four members and the champion. Or is there a champion? Strange. That seems to be not really undecided, but is it or is it not? Very strange for that part to be left really out of the loop, from what he can tell. Though he does know 8 gym leaders and 4 Elite Four members. And then, well, basically there's the fact he's already beat 2 of the gems. So he just has, well, 6 more left. Oh boy. Alucard's just thinking in his head, oh boy. So now, basically, as he's just cleaning house in this dojo, getting to this guy who just seems to, well, be talking to this older man, and, well, the older man just seems to be talking about stepping down, and, well, that it seems that this dude was the perfect pick, because, well, he truly does seem like the master of the dojo. No one can beat him. Though someone else does seem to be cleaning house. And this person would just be like, don't worry, old man. Whoever this person is, they won't beat my Pokemon. That's for sure. And Alucard does seem to be interested because this guy has 4 Pokemon. And they're all very high level. So Alucard's wondering, oh yeah, this could be a problem. Then again, maybe he could make it to where he could section it off to basically have one of his Pokemon fight 2 of this guy's Pokemon, and have his other Pokemon fight this guy's other 2 Pokemon. So that's Alucard's game plan. But now, before he even gets close, he decides to basically talk to his Pokemon about who really wants to go first. Because really, he's just been, you know, having Marshadow do all the, you know, straight out of the gate. And Plusle basically just telling Alucard that, well, if the fire type gem was to start, and the next gem was a water gem, then they're thinking that the third gem is going to be a grass type gem. And Plusle's no good against grass, so coming out right against the gate against a grass Pokemon would not be a very good thing. There would need to be some planning done in order to, well, actually get that to work. So, Plusle will have this be the time where it comes out the gate. Marshadow even agreed with that because that is actually genuine smart planning. Because it did have a trainer before Alucard, so honestly it would be a very intelligent Pokemon. Plusle would be by now. Sure, it's stubborn, and it can get emotional, but it's very smart. It knows that, the way everything is structured, so far, the next gem's probably a grass type gem, and I'm probably not going to be any good against that. So, yeah. This should be my rise and shine moment. For now. And then, on the gem, we can just go back to the well-traveled path of Marshadow coming out of the gate. And so Alucard's just like, well, if that's what you feel like. Or maybe just getting some experience for the Pokemon that will get if he does manage to win this. Because, a lot of the hearsay about what you would win was possibly a Pokemon. And so, considering that was most of the hearsay, not less, it was most of it, he's probably guessing that he will probably get a Pokemon from this. Out of this if he wins. And so, he goes up to this guy, and he's like, you. I am Alucard. There I said my name. Now yours. And the person is just like, well, buddy, you are mighty keen. You're mighty keen on all this. You've been cleaning house pretty good. But my Pokemon are a whole nother level. Probably gonna be like, let's see if you can put that to the test. Well, I can put that to the test. Don't you worry about me. You should be worried about yourself. You look like you only have 2 Pokemon. The one that's hiding in your hair somehow, and the one that's on your other side of your shoulder. Well, dude isn't wrong. And basically, this guy is Karate Expert Zephyr. Fighting expert Zephyr is about to challenge you. Though, it all depends. Are you up for the challenge, Alucard?
Another reason to be a good driver is saving money.
Yeah, to drive safe and save that.
Basically what the old man's saying. And right out of the gate, this guy starts out with the end of the timberline. Conkelder. And yeah, Alucard's starting to realize, yeah, he really does need to have his Pokemon. If he does win this, that will be a help to start to doing that. And that is a bright side to this. Basically, like, well, Marshadow should be good. Let's just, if it does get hit, I don't like its odds. No, gotta focus your head in the game, Alucard. You've never had doubts about your Pokemon's abilities before. Why start now? This isn't even a gym battle. Maybe it's because it all hangs in the balance of whether I get another Pokemon. Maybe that's why I feel this way. Yes, I've always loved Pokemon. I've always felt that they were so close to me and that I was so close to them. That by losing the chance to get one, it would indeed hurt. But I can't let that hinder my ability as a trainer. I refuse to let it do that to me. And Alucard's just all of his dark power, like you guys gotta remember, Integra and Ceres are the different parts of Dark Shrub Town. They aren't with Alucard, so he's starting to flare some of that vampiric energy. But most of the people are like, they're out because their Pokemon got destroyed by Alucard's Pokemon. And he did try to, take a little bit some repair for his Pokemon. But now Alucard's starting to get a little bit unstable. And then Marshadow was like, Dude! And Alucard just snapped back into reality. To go with gravity. Mom spaghetti. Like, Marshadow was able to snap him back. Because, this is what they need. Because, well, this wasn't even the plan. Plusle's supposed to go first because the next gym is apparently, if Plusle's right, going to be a grass-type gym. So, Alucard switches up plans, and Plusle doesn't look intimidated at all against Conkelder, actually. Actually looks like it's ready for the challenge. And so, it's like, Conkelder! Is he ready? Actually, the faster Pokemon does seem to be Plusle. I was like, Iron Tail, Plusle! It's just like, Brick Break, Conkelder! And basically, Iron Tail's all the way Brick Break back into Conkelder's face. And super effective. Just bam! All to sleep. But, this Zephyr guy doesn't seem to be too effective. Actually, he seems to relish in the challenge. His second Pokemon, though. Ooh, boy. Gaminshow! Yeah, now I can tell why this guy is so tall in the food chain of all these, fighting people. His Pokemon are all basically fully evolved. And so basically, this will still being the faster Pokemon. MHA being just sent out. Basically, an Iron Tail and Brick Break, only this time it intercepts instead of being sent back. And MHA even tries to get itself to pivot over the tail, but this basically just gets the tail slammed into its face. Basically as a two-piece combo of Iron Tail. But MHA just kicks back up like Shawn Michaels and just is like ready for more. Though it's gonna wish it didn't do that, because as soon as it does, it sees a giant ball of electricity right as it's about to use Workup to increase its power. And it sees a giant ball of electricity, Electro Ball Plusle, and just whoa, boom! MHA is asleep. And basically just taking Plusle back. And Marshadow, this time for realsies this time. Basically, Alucard finally freaking completely starting to calm down now. No more of that vampiric essence leaking everywhere. And Marshall's like, good. We did good. Now it's time for us to do great. To do great! And just sleeks out of his hair and straight onto the battlefield, as it always does. As, Alucard's Marshadow tends to do. And so, basically, guy is just like, my next Pokemon. Gotta think carefully on this. Go Machamp! Yeah. Now, Alucard definitely knows why. This guy's the expert. Machamp. Basically, Marshadow does seem to be the faster Pokemon, and Alucard just decides, beat up Marshadow. Good old two-piece combo, like ensuring that it gets a good old two-piece combo in, because two Pokemon. So basically, 2 hits, 2 good hits. Like, it gets to hit twice because beat up is that kind of move. And just, like, it does cause, like, Machamp to stumble back a little, but, it steadies itself with all of its appendages and gets in a ready stance, and then starts to tense up and then loosen out a little, like it's starting to flex, and basically like it's readying itself for an attack, like almost like a wordless command, but then it finally comes out. Close combat, Machamp! And Alucard is just like, he can barely get out anything before close combat, Machamp! And basically just all over freaking Marshadow. And Marshadow is barely able to get back up after that onslaught of just everything, like all of its appendages, like just attacking at once. And just multiple times. Like, yeah, just freaking destruct mode. But, Marshadow has its own destruct mode of its own. It's starting to realize, truly, it's starting to remember why they're even here to begin with. This is not even the dude's final Pokemon. This is his third Pokemon. Conkeldurr, MHA, and now Machamp. It cannot crap out now. So, from with the deepest pits of its freaking soul, and, you know, just giving Alucard the look, and Alucard is like, yeah, we could do this. Dark Pulse, Marshadow. And basically, you know, it's like Machamp Mega Punch. Like with all of the freaking arms, and even fists. And basically, it looks like the Dark Pulse is about to get sent back. But then, now Marshadow 2-piece combo time. Shadow Punch. And then basically, just boom! Just Machamp gets sent onto its back. And can't get back up anymore. And now, Zephyr just like, damn, your Pokemon of yours doesn't even look like it could get up all that much anymore. It doesn't look like it's all that good. Well, then it's not really gonna like what I have for this. Go, Heracross! And basically, Alucard's like, well, you act like I like this either. Because dude is definitely not like against chances, considering this is a fucking Heracross. And basically, considering Marshadow's state it's in right now, Heracross seems to be the faster Pokemon. And it's like, close combat. And Alucard's like, oh hell no. Shadow Sneak. And gets behind, and it's just like, Shadow Ball! And basically just 2-piece combos Heracross. Now, it's basically up in the air. And basically, Shadow Sneak to the other side, to where it's behind Heracross. Then jumps. Then, as it's above Heracross, Shadow Balls again. To have it slam back onto the ground. And its face. Basically gets right back up. Almost as if that was just, you know, just a flesh wound. Monty Python's Flying Circus. And, well, but it does, you know, Alucard and... basically, Alucard and Marshadow can see that there was some impact out there. But their little combination move did do something. And, well, Zephyr started to take this more serious. He's like, Heracross, Giga Impact! And basically, Alucard ain't no fucking around. He's like, Shadow Punch, Marshadow. You know, Shadow Punch versus freaking Giga Impact. But it turns out Giga Impact was actually a feint for the real move. Now, Mega Horn. This time, Heracross just get hits with the Mega Horn. But it grabs onto the Mega Horn, tosses it up into the air, and then fires off. Now, basically, a Shadow Ball with a Dark Pulse surrounding it as it's flying towards, making it go even faster and hit even harder. And then, as soon as freaking, like, Heracross hits the freaking ground, it doesn't even move. Like, that was hardcore as fuck. And Zephyr just has to realize, these people aren't playing the fuck around. Well, shit. He basically decides, well, beat me fair and square, I guess. Well then, Gramps, you said that if I kept on winning these matches that the Pokemon was mine. But if somebody defeated me, then I'd have to fork it over. As well, inheritance of sorts. That they were strong too. That the generation wasn't just us, dojo members. That there were others that were strong as well. That I had to acknowledge that one day or later. Apparently this is that day. You, sir, have gotten yourself a very strong partner. At the rate it's going, with its stats, if you keep them the way they are, honestly, with the attack and defense, special attack, special defense, all well-rounded and together, that should lead to it evolving into a Hitmontop. So yeah, now, where the hell is Tyrogue? Basically, Alucard hearing that Tyrogue is basically the Pokemon that he was going to get. And then basically out of nowhere, dude just gets kicked in the face. And what Alucard hears is, Hitmontop! Basically, just out of almost like the battle inspired it to grow while they were battling each other. Like Alucard and Zephyr were battling each other with their Pokemon. Like, inspiration caused it to evolve. Like, it was all stats, all max now. Something just popped open the glass ceiling like a freaking beer, like a can of beer, and just like Hitmontop just flew up into all sorts of new heights, because it was a Hitmontop now. Before it was Tyrogue. Now, oh my god, it has sorts of new heights that not Hitmonchan, not Hitmonlee, no, they couldn't get to these heights. This is only something that Hitmontop could go to. Because only Hitmontop could go to these heights. And so, basically, Hitmontop, after kicking Zephyr in the face, friggin' triple kick. Yeah, basically, Alucard recognized that move automatically. That was fucking triple kick. A move that only Hitmontop can know. So apparently, it watched the battle and was so inspired that somehow it automatically evolved. And the stats were even pretty much, considering like attack things and defense things and special attack things and special defense things. Well, pretty much all well-rounded, so yeah, Hitmontop. Alucard has himself now a Hitmontop. So let's basically, for future reference, if I ever need to know about the Pokemon again, just go for the videos now. Part 33. Alucard gets himself a Hitmontop. And we'll basically decides, to get everyone, basically, head straight for the fucking Pokemon Center, after also getting handed a Medal of Honor of sorts by the old man. The new generation are strong too, the old man says. And yet, you have proven that. Even to my stubborn grandson. You have proven that to him as well. Something that I already knew from past experiences. May the new generation be strong with you. Your name. And basically Alucard says, almost having a tear in his eye. And Alucard just does a curt bow and just almost freaking kowtowing because of respect for this guy who seems like he knows so much because the old sensei archetype. He generally just does almost a complete and total kowtow until the dude's just no need for that. And basically, Alucard's just the name's Alucard. And now, just basically, Pokeball. However, he seems to get it kicked out of his hands and barely able to catch it. It seems Hitmontop wants to do a little bit of a game of keep away if it's to truly be caught. And Alucard's I see. I'll have to be the one this time. And so, Alucard, while having to avoid the triple kicks, also has to make sure that he can get Hitmontop into the damn ball. Because that horn on top of its head can also be used as a weapon. That's been proven by some other Hitmontops, in other places. But mostly the triple kicks can be a bitch to get hit by. So basically, after a while, Alucard just decides, well, what a better way to get this Hitmontop than to Sega to Sanchiro this shit. And just body slam. Body slam Hitmontop whenever it starts to slow, its rotation of the triple kicks. Just as it's about to slow. And basically body slam. And right on top of it. And just as it stops squirming and realizes what's going on, it's I got caught, didn't I? And Alucard just says, tag. You're my Pokemon now. Just with the cheekiest of grins. And just pew! And no real fight from him on top, or else the Pokeball would be shaking. No, it just accepted it. And now, back with everybody frickin' else at the Pokemon Center because, well, that shit was fucking hectic as fuck. And, well, basically, once back at the Pokemon Center and everybody healed up, and Tiger and Saris both noticing that Alucard got a third Pokemon now, apparently. And basically, Alucard actually got in the way of the image that showed him on top, just so that he could build suspense onto what his third Pokemon is. He wanted to make sure that he built as much suspense as possible. Because they weren't around, they didn't know. But him on top seems to be perfectly fine if the, well, not really fighting it seems to be any indication. So, basically, they're like, okay, we'll wait till we get to the next gem city, or at least to the sign that indicates the next gem city. And then will you show us, finally? Fuck. And Ted, like, friggin' Ceres is even like, yeah, Alucard, you're really starting to get annoying with that. You know, they're just going through routes and detours just to get to the next place. Jade Green City. Yep, green as in grass type. Green for grass type. Plusle fucking knew it. And Marsha was just like, I will never doubt your teaching, Sensei. And Plusle's like, you're starting to act like that damn freaking hitmontop that our trainer had to fucking catch. No, literally catch, as in body slam it down to the ground. And then put it in the damn Pokeball. Finally. Well, we do have more bolstered ranks now, at least. Corvisquire, Noivern. Well, Integra's got the Corvisquire. And, well, Ceres has the Noivern. And we seem to have ourselves a new buddy in hitmontop. And actually, Alucard was wanting to surprise everyone with a new little revelation that he was going to have, because, you know, they're not too far away from a place that actually nearby the sign that they'll let you nickname Pokemon. And, you know, thinking of how hitmontop is always spinning whenever it does the triple kick, you know, that move in particular, a move that only it can use. Unless you're Mew, in case you know, basically, in that case, you know every move. Basically, they had finally gotten to basically Jade Green City. And finally, they're fucking here. They can see the sign, and so they know it's time to stop. But Alucard seems to stop by a certain place that's close. Very close. And releases a Pokemon. Ceres can't believe her eyes. And Integra seems very intrigued as well. Is that? And then it says its name. Hitmontop! It is. Alucard somehow got himself a Hitmontop. And, well, if that place looks like what that place is supposed to be, from what Integra has heard about in her researches, and while Ceres isn't completely dumb to certain things about the Pokemon world, she knows what certain things look like, and that is... what apparently is now known as a naming station. Because there's a person there that will help you nickname your Pokemon, if you haven't already. And so, seeing as well there was already a bunch of commotion and didn't want to worry, Integra and Ceres too much, Alucard decided that there would probably be one of these stations somewhere near here, so he would just wait till then. Because he had a pretty neat name in mind, which is also a reference to something. Still something. He decided to name Hitmontop Barrel Roll. Yeah, you guys that know the animation for that one episode of the anime that had Hitmontop, one episode, specific episode, and you know what I'm talking about. The barrel roll. Do a barrel roll. Yeah, basically, and well, Hitmontop seemed to really freaking like it, so no bad qualms to be had there. Or there, or anywhere, or basically. Yeah, so, and the person that, helped Alucard with the whole naming process, or nicknaming process, was very nice. And, well, Alucard decided that, he would put in a good word for them. For the gym leader that they were about to meet, sometime in the future. I mean, they always did have some reprieve time before they actually went into, full guns a-blazing on any gym. This one just seemed to be a Jade Green City. Grass-type gym leader Bianca. And no, not Bianca as in black and white Bianca. This one's actually turned out to be a relative. Not really a relative, but actually, even more shocking, a relative as in, well, not like a cousin or like a sister, but a daughter. Yes, that far into the future. Bianca's daughter is also named Bianca. I mean, you do know how the girl acts in the frickin' games, and even in the frickin' show. I mean, honestly, what else do you think would honestly be discussed with her and her husband, or whatever happened to involve that? Of course, their name would also be in Bianca. I mean, also that's also for comedy's sake. I mean, come on, we need some comedic levity. if it's not barrel roll being the nickname of Alucard's freaking hitmontop, it's gonna be the fact that this Bianca is also freaking the relative of someone else named Bianca, and the fact that that person is her freaking mother. And well, she decided to go out and become a gym leader in this region. And well, yeah. So basically, pretty much everyone's educated on that. And well, anyone who is hungry is fed. And well, it generally just does seem like, well, good times to be had in the future. Because, well, I don't know about you, but I don't see any doses, but I am out.